But what does bother me is, yeah. Yo, what's up guys, it's Primus the Creator here, and welcome back to my channel. Now today we are going to be reviewing the Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series number 105, Autobot Mirage. Now before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on post notifications so that you guys miss any uploads that I do, and I really hope you guys do enjoy this video. So without further ado, let's get started. As you guys do know, we were successful on finally finding Autobot Mirage. He was such a pain to find, and still Nightbird Optimus Prime I still gotta search for, but man, I'm just really happy that we found this figure, and I'm so excited to finally review him. As you are all well aware that this figure is an officially licensed product owned by Porsche, so I really hope that this doesn't ruin the figure. Right? So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's review Studio Series number 105 Mirage. Now taking a closer look at this figure, you can see the beautiful amount of detail on the head sculpt. I love the head sculpt so much. Studio Series always knocks it out the park with the head sculpt. I think they do a great job with this, especially Mirage. I do love the paint that they went with this. And in the back, I do like little detail where they have like the little headset going on, which I do quite like. And just going down the chest area, I love how this piece is not fake. Literally, it folds up, which I do quite like a lot, and I do love just the paint on this guy. Even going down to the chest, the abdomen area, you can see the beautiful amount of detail there. And even then, just going down the figure, you can see the beautiful amount of paint that they put, the nice silver going on. This figure is very delicate, and yeah, can have used more paint here and there in the robot mode, of course, but let me just say that this looks freaking beautiful. I do love the transparent plastic that they went here for the forearms. I think that was a nice touch. And then that's when you turn to the side, and yeah, people do not like the backpack whatsoever. And you know what? I don't hate it. It's just not the worst. But the part that I do hate are these parts right here. I hate how this part is just sticking out. It reminds me of Studio Series Jolt when it first happened. I know that Porsche really didn't want their logo to be, you know, folded, so they're like, you know what, it's just gonna have to, yeah, compromises had to be made because it is a licensed product. I really wish this just folded in one more time somehow, but since it is a licensed product, and Porsche was like, hey, you know, no, yeah, this is why it happens. But what does bother me is, maybe if I just, maybe if I, nope, I didn't do this. It was already like that. That's this figure is very delicate. You have to be very careful. This figure is prone to a lot of paint chipping, so you have to be severely careful. This figure is honestly the most delicate figure you will ever have in your collection, ever. It is very fragile. Nonetheless, it still looks good, but yeah, that does not look good whatsoever, and the backpack is horrendous, but it's not the worst. Now this figure did come with one accessory, so let's take a look at that now. Take a look at this really cool accessory. Here we do have is his blaster, and even though the blaster is just unpainted plastic, I still think it does look pretty good. I do love the amount of detail that they went with this. I do quite like it a lot. And I do wish it was painted at least somewhat type to Noah Diaz, because let me just bring Noah Diaz for comparison. Here is Noah Diaz's blaster, and here is the Mirage blaster. I do wish it did have the same amount of paint that it did have for Noah Diaz, but it's alright. It's not the worst. I do wish though, I do like this one a lot better, but it's alright. This honestly doesn't look bad nonetheless. I think it looks pretty decent. Now the way you put on Mirage's blaster is very simple. His hand already does have a hole right there, and there is going to be a peg right here underneath the blaster. This only happens on the left arm, which is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. All I'm going to do is plug it in like so, and then once it's plugged in, there you go. Now you have him holding his really cool looking blaster, and honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Again, it doesn't look that bad at all, but I do wish he did come with two blasters. In the movie, he loved using two blasters, so I really wish he did have two, but one's gonna have to suffice. And it's alright, it does look pretty cool, not gonna lie with you guys. Now, since Mirage is a deluxe class, for my first size comparison, here we do have the leader class, Scourge, so that way you guys can see how tall it is compared to there. And honestly, I think it's not a bad height. I think it's actually a pretty good height. As you can see that they both do look really good. Scourge, again, I will be getting the DNA upgrade kit, but for now, this is gonna have to do. And honestly, I love these two a lot. Mirage, a lot more. Scourge is alright, but overall, I think Mirage looks freaking fantastic. For my next size comparison, here we do have Mirage next to his buddy Noah Diaz exosuit. And honestly, I do like this. I love the color scheme for the both of them. You can tell that they really wanted to make Noah Diaz more like the Mirage. Yeah, sure, the Noah Diaz exosuit is not accurate, but again, I think they both do look really good, and I'm glad that they did this because honestly I enjoyed a lot. And for my last size comparison, here we do have Mirage next to all the Autobots so far that I have in my collection, and I do like this. I really do. I think the Optimus Prime scaling works a lot next to Mirage and Bumblebee because they were both roughly around the same height, and the core classes, maybe RC is supposed to be just a little bit taller at least, because I know that Noah Diaz is not as tall as RC, but you know what, it is what it is. Up next, all we need is Pablo/Wheeljack, and I think that completes everybody for the Autobots from Rise of the Beast. I am excited. And Stratosphere. Now for the articulation, the head is on a ball joint. He can look up that far and he can look down that far. His arm can move out about that far. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, and he does have a beautiful wrist swivel, so I'm very happy for that. He does have a beautiful waist swivel, a little bit limited, but not too bad, I guess. His leg can move out about that far, and it can move back roughly about that far. He does have a ball joint at the thigh. He doesn't have a knee swivel, but he does have a small bend at the knee, but you would have to push this up, thank you Porsche officially licensed product, to, you know, get him a little bit more bend at the knee there, but that's roughly about it. Maybe you can push it a little bit, but I'm too super scared about that. But he does have a beautiful ankle pivot, a little bit limited, but it is what it is. If you want to go outward, I guess that's about it. The articulation on this guy is not the greatest. I thought it'd be a little bit more better, but other than that, that's roughly about it. If anything, it's alright. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I was honestly hoping for a little bit more, maybe a little bit more dynamic poses and stuff that I tried to do, but it's hindered so much by the backpack and the tabs on the side. That's one thing I don't like about this figure at all. But nonetheless, I still think that this figure is still a great figure. I do love the poses that I can get him into. It's just, I wish he just did a little bit more. But alrighty guys, I think it's time. I think it's time for me to transform him into his Porsche mode, and I'm very excited about this. It's just, I'm really scared about this as well, because people have told me that this figure has to be the most delicate figure they've ever transformed, and you gotta be very careful. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. But alrighty guys, here's his really cool looking alternate model. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. Dude, I'm already having trouble with this. What the heck? Apparently I'm supposed to lift this part up. This isn't the instructions, but I'm freaking afraid. It's like super tight. What the heck? Dude, I feel like I'm gonna break this. Oh my god. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna break this. What the heck? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. He doesn't wanna. Oh my god. I'm so freaking scared. Oh my, I'm afraid the tab's gonna freaking break. This is the most scariest transformation I've ever done in my life. I swear. I have not been this scared to transform anything. Okay, just tap in, please. Just tap. Oh my god. Dude, no, I'm done. I apparently supposed to move this double hinge thing too. Dude, these doors are getting in the freaking way. Dude, what is this transformation? Okay, just double hinge. Apparently oh my, dude, no, I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared. I don't know what to do. Oh, I didn't like the sound of that. Okay, I think I did it. I think, right? Now this part that I see people struggle on too, where I gotta connect this tab into something here. Okay, I think that's in. I think. Now I gotta do the other one. The other side, which is gonna be hard. Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, dude, I'm up. What is that? Oh, come on. Work with me. Work. And this thing feels like every time I tap something in, I hear something cracking and breaking. Come on. You're right there, bro. Dude, No, I'm afraid to touch this. This Porsche looks so freaking beautiful and amazing. I love it. But to get here, let me just say that it was the most hardest but like most delicate transformation you'd ever have to do in your life, dude. I thought I broke something like 42 times. I love this alternate mode so much. The paint looks freaking phenomenal. I love it. Everything about this looks so freaking good. To the paint, dude, everything on this vehicle is painted except for the rims, which I know the rims were silver, so I really wish that the rims were silver, but that's just a nitpick of mine. But other than that, this Porsche mode looks freaking beautiful. I love it. It was worth the pain. But yet again, yeah, this figure is prone to paint chipping so fast. If you take a more detailed look at him, you can see already some of the paint and stuff just from transforming it, and that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I was afraid of about this figure. And yeah, I really wish that it wasn't so paint chippy, man. I really don't, because this alternate mode is so worth it. It is worth it to get to this. I really want another copy just so I can keep one in his alternate mode and his robot mode, dude. That's how much I love this. Even got the little Autobot insignia there that I do quite like. And again, they did so well. This is, you can tell that this is an officially licensed product of a Porsche, because let me just say that this Porsche has to be one of the best alternate modes we've ever gotten from Studio Series. I really love this alternate mode. I know people said that the alternate mode was peak, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, maybe it's not that peak, but I can see it. No, in person, this thing is peak. You can tell that this figure was hindered in the robot mode to make sure that the alternate mode, the Porsche mode, looks amazing. I really wish the robot mode was as good as this, because let me just say, in person, this Porsche mode is fantastic. The robot mode, you can tell it was hindered so much because, again, Porsche wanted their vehicle mode to look as accurate as possible because this is a licensed product. Nonetheless, this alternate mode is cool, it's really sick, and I do quite like it. But alrighty guys, I think it's time for me to give this figure my overall review and my overall grade. I do like this figure. I just wish I could love it just a little bit more. The robot mode is alright, but man, it is so worth it to get into the Porsche mode if you are very delicate. Cause let me just say that I was really scared while transforming this figure. But here's my overall review and my overall grade. But alrighty guys, there you go. There you have me reviewing the Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series number 105 Autobot Mirage. Now, what do I think overall? I think the figure is actually pretty good. It is not the best as I thought I was going to like it. As you can tell that the robot mode does hinder a lot, but the alternate mode looks freaking beautiful. It's probably one of the best alternate modes we have ever gotten for the Studio Series. I do wish that I did like this figure more, but I don't know. I just have pretty much mixed feelings about this figure. So for that, I do have to give this figure a solid 8 out of 10. Yes, an 8 out of 10 is not a bad score on this figure, but there are some downsides that you guys need to know. The first comment we're going to be talking about is just the articulation. The articulation is not the best whatsoever. I was expecting just a little bit more, but in robot mode, the articulation is just not the best. The tabs on the side, it just hinders so much, and I just don't understand why they did that. I just really wish that they were able to at least fold that piece down. Maybe that would have helped a lot on the articulation. The backpack is not too bad, but I just wish this figure just had more posability. Now for this one, I'm going to go a little bit lighthearted because, you know, it was just in my mind like, what is that transformation? This has got to be one of the most complicated transformations for a deluxe I have ever witnessed whatsoever. Not just because of the paint chipping, because this figure is prone to paint chipping a lot. But let me tell you that every time I click something or I snap something into place, it feels like I break something. Now, I know that that big scratch mark on the side, it wasn't me, but everything else, I just don't know what's wrong with this transformation. You can tell that this one was an officially licensed product by Porsche, not just because of the robot mode being hindered so much, but that transformation to the Porsche mode is insanely, like, difficult. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even say it's too difficult. I think it's really fragile. The alternate mode to get to this Porsche is so worth it. It's completely worth it. This is one of the best alternate modes we have ever gotten. But to get to this state, you are sacrificing so much, and I do not know why. There is a chance that in this transformation, you are either going to crack the clear plastic in the back, or you're just going to have a lot more paint chipping that makes the alternate mode not look as good as it should be. And it does suck because the robot mode is the downside to this figure. The alternate mode is the upside to this figure. the alternate mode is the best thing about this figure. It sucks that the robot mode got hindered so much to the point where I don't even like it as much as I do the alternate mode. The alternate mode freaking throws out the robot mode. If people are gonna get Mirage, they're mostly just gonna get it for the alternate mode and not the robot mode whatsoever. Is this figure worth it? I believe it is worth it. It is not worth it, because when you get this figure, your goal is to get to this mode, the alternate mode. That is your main goal, basically, when you get this figure. Yeah, the robot mode looks pretty decent. I just love the alternate mode, and once you get to this, it's like mission success. This figure is worth it, and you can see why people love this, and that's why I love this. Literally, like, I thought they were just overreacting. No, in person, yeah, this is the mode you should be displaying Mirage. But alrighty, guys, I think that's gonna do it for me. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to turn on post notifications so that you guys don't miss any uploads that I do. Again, I really do like this figure. I just thought I was gonna like it just a little bit more, and again, I'm sad that even though it's an officially licensed product, I'm sad that Porsche got in the way, because man, this could have been an amazing figure. Alternate mode, super worth it. Robot mode, you can tell was hindered a lot. But other than that, it's been Primus the Creator. Remember to stay calm and keep moving on, so I'll make sure to see you guys all in the next one till all are one. Bye!